So I'm Sydney Anderson, and I have come up with a company called Soul Spark Creative, and it's a one-on-one mentoring that has to do with branding, but it's more collaborative and co-creative than usually like traditional type one-on-one settings. Like I like my clients to kind of walk away kind of feeling in that like dancing energy or like where they're ready to just go into like natural born creation. And so I'm just gonna be sharing hopefully some like relatable tips when it comes to like the real estate industry and just kind of a different way really to think about branding in general, because I think we think of branding in like a traditional sense, like headshots, logos, and a lot of us, especially in the real estate or real estate industry. I'm also an agent, by the way, so I can relate to this really heavily. But a lot of us just kind of like plug in to what's given to us by our brokerage, or like, I mean, we get these awesome templates these days, right? Or even yard signs. Usually it's all about the brokerage. Like when you're driving down the street, you see like Caldwell Banker or KW and their colors. And oftentimes, since I'm an agent myself, I'll be like, do I know that agent? And I'm like squinting, like, where's the name of like who it is? And the branding itself is usually centered around the brokerage. And so it's kind of fun in this industry to kind of get introspective and like through self-discovery and stuff, in a non-traditional sense, I guess, kind of find out what sparks our soul. And once we kind of unlock that together, a brand really beautifully unfolds, and it looks different for everyone. So like sometimes it starts with the logo, sometimes it ends with the logo, but there's a lot of depth with the brand where, like I say this often, is usually once we unlock a brand and like kind of like lock it in officially, it will hopefully make you emotional because it just has so much meaning to you.
I love that. I like the word introspective too, because it's almost, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's almost like you're helping people brand from the inside out. And most people start with the outside. It's like, what are people going to see? You know, what do I want to represent? But I think it's very unique the way you're doing this, and you're helping people go inward and bring it out. And it's very expressive. I've talked to some of your clients, and they're super, super excited. So we'll save the rest for the training. It's going to be on January 10th. At 11 a.m. right here in my Draper office. So if you're watching this, there's a link on here somewhere for you to register. If you can come in person, we network a lot. We get to hang out and have lunch afterwards, get to meet Sydney, have a little bit more collaboration that way. But if you can't make it in person, you can attend on Zoom. But I highly encourage you, if you're still trying to figure out how you want to present yourself and your business, to register for this class and come out on January 10th and hang out with us.
Yeah, and I will say, to add kind of to close, is that a lot of us, like when we're looking at branding, I feel like we do think first and foremost, like, well, what do I like logo wise and all these things. But when we start being introspective and like start with the inside, it's so cool to watch what really comes out. And like sometimes people shift entirely what they thought, like color wise and design wise. And it's a really beautiful process. So it's very different, like Jeff was saying. And so I wanted to kind of point that out because we rarely give ourselves time to answer some hard questions. And when we do, sometimes we're really surprised with what comes out of our mouth.
Well, and you're really good at helping people bring that out too, because very few people can sit by themselves and get as deep as you to help guide them. So really looking forward to it. Thanks for registering to do the class, Sid, and hopefully all of you come out.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
See ya.